Että kun toimittaja haastattelee toimittajaa, niin siinä on hiukan semmoinen astiamaku. Jotkut jopa sanovat, että se on hiukan kuin siskonsa kanssa tanssissa.
Näin, ja sitä nimenomaan viime aikoina on moitittu kovasti meitäkin ja meidänkin kanaviamme täällä ja suomalaista televisiotoimintaa. Ja me teemme sen taas.
Joo, mutta tällä kertaa sillä on melko hyvät perusteet. Nimittäin Tomi Lindblom tapasi eilen television uutishistorian ehkä arvossa pidetyimmän miehen, josta 15 vuotta Yhdysvalloissa sanottiin, että hän on Yhdysvaltain luotettavin henkilö.
Hän on Walter Cronkite, joka nyt on Suomessa myöskin työmatkalla. Hän tekee 13-osaista Skandinaaviasta kertovaa TV-sarjaa. Ja kuvaavaa on se, että kun Tomi hänet tapasi, hän oli haastattelemassa juuri pääesikunnassa kenraali Gustav Hägglundia.
Joo, eli nyt toimittaja haastatteli toimittajaa ja haastattelija haastatteli haastattelijaa ja haastateltava katsoi siinä vieressä. Eli näin monimutkaisten aasisiltojen kautta Tomi Lindblom ja Walter Cronkite. Katsotaan.
Walter Cronkitein ura lehtimiehenä hakee vertaistaan maailmasta. Hän aloitti kansainvälisen uransa sotakirjeenvaihtajana Euroopassa toisen maailmansodan aikana. Hän raportoi liittoutuneiden sotatoimista Pohjois-Afrikasta yhtä lailla kuin Normandian maihinnoususta ja Nürnbergin oikeudenkäynnistä. Sodan jälkeen hän siirtyi United Press-uutistoimiston Moskovan pääkirjeenvaihtajaksi. Vuonna 1958 Cronkite aloitti 22 vuotta kestäneen työnsä CBS-televisioyhtiön pääuutisten ankkurina. Pian hän sai tehtäväkseen television ensimmäisen puolen tunnin pituisen säännöllisen ajankohtaisohjelman. Ensimmäisessä ohjelmassaan syyskuussa 1963 hänellä oli presidentti John F. Kennedyn haastattelu. Vain muutamaa viikkoa myöhemmin Cronkitein tehtäväksi tuli kertoa kansalaisille uutisissa Kennedyn kuolemasta. Vuoteen 80 jatkuneen uutisankkuriuransa aikana Cronkiteista tuli yksi Yhdysvaltain luotettavimpana pidetyistä henkilöistä. Nyt tämä pian 77-vuotias veteraanijournalisti vierailee Suomessa.
Well, welcome to bit rainy Finland. But this is not your first time here, or?
No, I was here first time in 1946 on my way into Moscow, to Russia, as United Press correspondent there, press service. And I've been back a couple of times since, but never for a long enough stay.
Yeah. You're making a TV program here. Do you still work a lot?
I work more than I ever intended to in the so-called retirement. I work quite a lot. I find it very difficult to say no when people bring interesting assignments to me. And the advantage I do have is that I pick and choose my own assignments now. Nobody sends me anywhere. But this was a particularly interesting project, telling the story of Scandinavia, and I couldn't resist it.
Yeah. So a newsman is always a newsman.
I think so, yeah.
And I guess you still follow news a lot.
Oh yes, I have just recently started a new program of my own in the United States. I have my own production company, and we're producing several programs, but one of them is one that we call, for want of a more imaginative title, the Cronkite Report, in which we do serious subjects for an hour or an hour and a half documentary. And that keeps me traveling too, and keeps me interested in current events.
Yeah. This modern news service, it includes satellites, computers, portable phones, etc. How do you see this? Is it good or bad?
Well, all of the technical assistance has made it possible to do a better job, obviously, of television reporting. We can get to the scene faster with lighter equipment. Satellite transmission permits us to broadcast from practically anywhere with the portable sending units. It's really a remarkable situation. I think one thing that isn't mentioned very often is that thanks to facsimile transmission and computer modems, the reporter on the scene can get a lot of information flowing in from outside that he never had before. Before we used to have to report blind. We didn't really know what was happening in the rest of the world. But today you get all the latest information just before you go on the air. So this has made a major difference in improving the report around the world. The only problem is that we are so good today, so smooth in television news, that I'm afraid a lot of people get all their news from us, where they should have to go to some print newspapers and magazines to fill out the full story.
Yeah, but some people think that there's a danger in this modern news service, that people know little about everything, but not much of anything.
That's exactly true. It's exactly true, and it's gotten even worse, I think, around the world lately, in that the news, there's a lot of it, and still not a lot of time is given to it. And documentaries have sort of faded from popularity, at least in the United States, to the degree we're not getting the background information we used to get from television. So people are just getting headlines. They're getting their impression from a headline. They really must go to print to fill out the story.
Entä mitkä ovat Walter Cronkiten terveiset nuorille, jotka haluaisivat hyviksi toimittajiksi tai jopa hyviksi uutisankkureiksi?
Oh, I'd say by all means, if anybody of intelligence wants to get into journalism, they ought to get into it. It's the most exciting, most rewarding life I can think of. It doesn't matter what the medium is. I tell young journalists in the States who want to study journalism, they want to know, should I go into radio, should I go into television, what's television going to be with cable, should I be in print? And I tell them, don't worry about that. Learn to be a good reporter. Learn to observe, learn to ask the right questions, learn to write. And there will always be some means to circulate that information. We're never going to be without news. And there's a future in it for anybody who wants to undertake it.
Yes, and people always need news.
They need it, and they're going to demand it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.